Hi, at the Jungle Farm here, we're planting up our tomato plants. So you would have received 2 tomato plants, a pot with a hanging handle, and a little bit of extra soil. So when you get your plants, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to squish the pot all the way around. These haven't been planted up into this pot very long, so they may not have roots all the way out to the edge. So have it in a spot where you can actually have the extra dirt drop into a bag or onto the ground or whatever. You're going to then put the plants into your pot in whatever format that you want them. You've got 1 yellow cherry tomato and 1 red cherry tomato. Then you're going to take the extra soil, whether it's the soil that fell out of your pot when you were taking the plant out, or the extra that came in the bag, and you're going to stamp that dirt around the plants to make so that you can fill your pot right up to the top. Now you're ready to just enjoy your tomatoes. You're going to water them pretty well every day. So do be watching. If they're dry, you need to give them a water. Don't let them get droopy. That's not a good thing. So you want to keep them not too wet, but you're going to probably need to water most days. If it's raining, make sure they're out somewhere where they can get the rain. They'll love rain water. That's a nice natural water, and it's a nice soft water that helps encourage them to grow. You're going to see that these tomatoes actually have already got some fruit buds on them. So this is where the flowers are going to come. Flowers mean tomatoes. Although we talk a lot about pollination and bees and pollinators, they definitely do help us with our tomato plants. They're not required. Just a shaking of the branch will pollinate our tomatoes. Tomatoes have both male and female parts inside the flower. So the shaking of it will actually cause the pollination. You can cause the shaking by just being outside where it's getting some wind. That would be enough to do it. Or when you're watering, you can water on top of the plant, and when you water on top of the plant, it'll give it enough shake to do that as well. You'll have received another video that talks about pruning, but you have, which is important to know how to prune, but you have a cherry tomato that's called a tumbler that does not require pruning. So I gave you the information about pruning tomatoes so that you would be able to prune any of the tomatoes that you might have that are staking kind. So the staking kind are the ones that you're going to put into a cage, but these are not the kind that you're going to put into a cage. These are the kind that just are sort of like a trailing, like a petunia or a calibrachoa. So they would just trail down the sides and don't require any extra help. I do highly recommend that you water with fertilized water at least once a week, if not more often. Tomatoes are known to get what's called blossom end rot, and they need a fertilizer that's high in calcium. So the purchasing of a tomato fertilizer is a good investment for these ones, but also for any of your staking tomatoes. That you don't want to have these beautiful tomatoes growing and them starting to rot from the bottom of the tomato. So it's less likely to happen in a cherry tomato, but still a good practice is to water with a fertilized water. If you have any questions, by all means, you're welcome to email me, staples@thejunglefarm.com, or you can pop on our Facebook account, The Jungle Farm, and send me a quick little message and I'll respond back to you. Good luck with your tomatoes and enjoy.